Now I'm about to show you some tricks that use a pen. A simple pen, you've probably got a pen around the house, hopefully. What you would probably be best is to get a biro pen such as this, which has a lid. Preferably just so you don't hurt yourself or stab yourself or colour your hand in the process. Now there's several tricks you can do with a pen. The first one is a form of puzzle. I'm going to place this pen in between my two thumbs, like so. And the object of the game is to get the pen from the top of the thumbs to below the thumbs. I'll do that again. It has to go from here to here, without removing your thumbs. You can try this at home, practice and go along with it. Place your thumb between your two, place your hands into kind of prayer position, place the pen in between your thumbs, and simply get the thumb from the top of the thumbs to the bottom of the thumbs. I'll let you puzzle on that one for a while I'll show you the next trick. The next trick is a form of kind of spectacle. It's called a pen roll. It looks something like this. You can make the pen rotate through your fingers. This is more of a form of practice. It looks kind of cool. It's a nice little flourish to throw in if you're doing some pen manipulations. I can actually do this with both hands, but the object of the game actually is to try and do it without the thumb. There we go. But with this hand, I'm not even using the thumb. You see, at the beginners would use their thumb to control the pen. You've got to try and avoid using the thumb. The third and final trick, and again I'm going to use a pen for this one, I'm going to place my hand down here on the table and I'm going to try and do something amazing. Now that's a good old spectacle flash of speed. It might have turned into a blur because of the speed I was going at. Basically it can be done with other objects, which I'm not going to suggest what because of this video, but you can try it with a pen if you wish, and it allows you to practice your hand-to-eye coordination and other skills. Okay, so let me explain to you some of those effects and how to learn them for yourselves. The first one is the pen from the top of the thumbs going to the bottom of the thumbs. Now I'm going to have to do this in slow motion. What I'm going to do is take my right thumb, cross it over the left thumb. I'm going to swing the pen around as the thumb comes into position and locks at the bottom. So even though I said my thumbs never come off the pen, they actually do for a small fraction of a second, but it's so fast that you never really see it. So the right thumb comes over the left thumb, the pen gets swung around, the right thumb comes down and into position. The left thumb never really moves, it's just it might turn slightly. Right thumb over, pen swings over and down. It's a matter of watching this video several times, following it along until you actually can do it. Once you do it, you can pretty much do it every time after that. It just take a bit of practice to do it the first time though, to try and work out where your thumbs need to be. So right thumb's down, left thumb's across. Something to note is that the top of the pen, if you've noticed, on this side it's on the right hand side, when it's at the bottom it's on the left hand side. So make a note of that. It changes places after positioning in case that helps you work out where the pen's supposed to be. The second thing was a pen roll. This is a kind of flourish. I add this into the middle of my pen sequences and pen magic. This isn't really something that I'm not so sure how to explain how to do it. Really, I'm just taking a pen and I'm passing it from one finger to the next. It goes in between all the gaps of the fingers without the thumb touching it. If you see, my thumb goes up and down in order to just kind of make the muscles and the fingers work. It says something about practicing and giving it a go. And from these positions it's always connected to two fingers, it's always inside of two fingers. And I find it works a lot. It works great with a pen. I started off by learning this effect with a cane, a nice big, or a ruler, because it's got more size. It means if you ever come, originally you would come to the end of the pen like this and you'll get stuck. So by using a longer object you were able to practice a bit better until you had the right idea of where the middle of the pen was. And once you knew where the middle of the pen is, or the middle of the object, you can transfer that to smaller objects and it enables you to do this without coming close to the end. This final effect is the trick where the pen stabs through all the fingers without touching the fingers. This was a trick that I kind of picked up and developed after watching a TV character in an Alien film perform. I'm using a pen today for a variety of reasons that I'm not going to go into. There's a few things I need to discuss to you, however, in order to perform this effect. The first thing is how to hold the pen. You're going to need to place one thumb on top of the pen. This is very important. So if you've not got the lid on the pen, put it on now, because sometimes if there's pointy ends on both sides, you're going to need to put your thumb on top. Second thing is all four fingers curl around the pen, so now you're locked into position and your pen won't move. If your thumb wasn't on top of the pen, your hand slides down and you can't perform the effect. Okay, so there we go. The second part is to make it hit the middle of those spaces. Now all I'm doing is I'm spreading out my hand as much as I can. I want a big open space between all these fingers. The bigger the better. Gives me a little more leeway as in where to hit it. You want to come straight down on the fingers. You don't want to come like this because you might hit the top of that finger. And if you're going to use objects such as an ink pen, which is what I do, you'll have marks left on your pen, on your fingers. I'm not doing that today because it'll mess up a number of items, but you want to make sure that you come straight down so that you're not touching any of those fingers. Now once you've got the idea, you're just going to go slowly. Go very, very slowly. Forward and backwards from one point. You simply do this over and over and over and over again. And then when you feel a bit more confident, go faster. And then a tiny bit faster. And then faster, 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 until you become almost clear. And then you can slow it back down. Now you can go as fast as you want with this and as long as you want to go with it. But essentially once you've built up a bit of speed, that's when the impressive nature of the trick is pretty much come to its conclusion. Use a pen, don't use anything silly because there's other objects people perform this effect with. Pen's safe and you're not going to hurt yourself. The effect still works. The best thing to perform it for in a performance situation is the sound. In this case we're using a glass table, which means you know I'm actually hitting the table because you can hear it. If I was to do this on a cushion, you wouldn't know that I wasn't just cheating and going nowhere near the fingers. But because you can hear it bashing the table, you know I'm hitting that mark every single time. And it doesn't matter if you miss it once or twice as well with a pen, because you're going to be okay. Something to practice, a nice little cool stunt, and hopefully you can have some enjoyment from it. Thanks for watching.